Slide 1. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Nguyễn Bá Trinh from Vietnam. Now I would like to present the topic of Convergence Philosophy. First of all, I would like to thank the organizers for giving me the opportunity to visit the ancient Greek country. Now, I would like to introduce with you my report. My report consists of 5 sections as shown on the screen. Slide 2. Part 1. Natural Science and Social Thinking Model. Human society is a very complex system, so sociologists often use the theories of natural science to extrapolate to society. This section introduces 5 major theories of natural science that have been applied in sociology. Slide 3. The first is classical mechanics. The representative is Newton. Mechanical theory has been viewed as a model to consider society. The representative is René Descartes. The second is Darwin's biological evolutionary doctrine, which is applied to sociology, Herbert Spencer. The third is thermodynamics theory, represented by Ruth Clausius. One of the people who uses social research is Kenneth Bailey. Slide 4. Fourth is the system theory of Ludwig Bertalanffy, who applied to sociology as Talcott Parsons and Niklas Luhmann. Fifth is the dissolved structural theory of Ilya Prigogine. One of the operators to consider society is Erich Jans. Slide 5. Summary Part 1. The above 5 theories provide a general and dialectical view of society. Society is a complex system, always moving and evolving, but those theories do not mention the evolutionary trend of society. Slide 6. Part 2. Material convergence. This part includes 3 items. First is the material convergence in the universe. Second is the molecular convergence in water environment. And third is molecular convergence in biological systems. Slide 7. Material convergence in the universe. There are 2 mechanisms of the material convergence in the universe, which are degeneration convergence, elemental convergence. Slide 8. Degenerate convergence. Degenerate convergence is the evolution of stars leading to the formation of stars with higher material density. First of all, clouds of dust and gas converge into adult stars. When the adult stars consume all the hydrogen and helium, it becomes a white dwarf. Next, small mass white dwarfs will become black dwarf stars. Large white dwarf stars will become neutron stars. A giant white dwarf will become a black hole. After the evolutionary phase, the density of stellar matter increases. From the initial cloud of dust gas to the black hole, the level of material convergence increases by 10 to the power of 48 times. Slide 9. Elemental convergence. Elemental convergence is the formation of chemical elements in the evolution of stars. There are 3 cases for the formation of chemical elements. In major stars, there is a process of burning hydrogen into helium. When hydrogen is burned, helium is burned into carbon and oxygen. In large adult stars, carbon oxygens continue to be converted into heavier elements until the stage of ion formation. When iron core starts to explode, supernova type 2, elements heavier than iron like zinc, iron, uranium are formed. Third, elemental convergence increases the amount of chemical raw materials by 238 times. Thanks to the elemental convergence, the chemical elements were formed. Since then, there is a water environment on the surface of the earth, and thanks to that, life is born. Slide 10. Molecular convergence in water environment. Molecular convergence in water environment can be divided into 5 phases. First, the formation of organic molecules from inorganic substances. Second, the formation of polymer molecules. Third, the formation of metabolic bodies. Fourth, through long-term evolution, forming simple life forms. Fifth, simple life forms evolve to form new from real cell. Slide 11. Molecular convergence in biosystem. The molecular types are examined: DNA, collagen, reserve lipid, and starch. DNA. There are 2 evidences of conversion increase of DNA in biological evolution. Eukaryotic DNA is at a higher structural level than prokaryotic DNA. The amount of DNA in the cell nucleus increases according to the evolutionary level. Slide 12. Eukaryotic DNA is at a higher structural level than prokaryotic DNA. DNA of prokaryote is at the structural level 1, while DNA of eukaryote is at structural level 6. Chromosome. Chromosomes are only 1.4 times 10 to the power of 3 nanometer long. But according to calculations, if the DNA molecule in chromosomes is pulled straight out at the level 1 structure, it will be 5 times 10 to the power of 7 nanometer long. Therefore, from prokaryote to eukaryote, the level of convergence of DNA has increased more than 10,000 times. Slide 13. The increase of the amount of DNA in the cell nucleus according to the level of biological evolution. As shown in the table, the amount of DNA in the cell nucleus from bacteria to mammals increases by more than 100 times. Slide 14. Collagen. The convergence increase of collagen in evolution. Proline and oxyproline create cross-linkage between the polypeptide chains of collagen. Thus, the higher the ratio of the two amino acids, the higher the convergence of collagen. This table shows that the proportion of proline and oxyproline in collagens increases from lower animals like fish to higher animals like cows. Thus, the convergence level of collagen increases with the level of biological evolution. Slide 15. Reserve lipids. The graph shows that the number of double bonds in lipid decreases when increasing the level of biological evolution. The next figure shows that number of double linkages decrease. The molecular chains are closer to each other. Then the convergence level increases. Therefore, the degree of lipid convergence increases with the degree of biological evolution. Slide 16. Starch. Amylopectin, plant starch, and glycogen, animal starch, all are the branch polymers. Comparison of the structure of amylopectin and glycogens showed that the data in the figure shows that glycogen has higher branching level and molecular mass than amylopectin. Branching level is the number of the glucoradicals between two branch points. This means that glycogen has a higher level of packaging than plant starch. Thus, starch also tends to increase the level of convergence in biological evolution. Slide 17. Summary Part 2. The process of material evolution in the universe, in the water environment on the earth, and the biological system all follow the trend of increasing their convergence level. This result gives us a hint, a model to consider the evolutionary trend of human society. Slide 18. Part 3. Social convergence. Social convergence includes three small items. First, convergence on management. Second, knowledge based on social convergence. And third is urban convergence. Slide 19. Convergence on management. The levels of social convergence increase in the human history from clan to tribe to tribal alliance to nation and to national union respectively. The managed population scale increases from about 300 people to 500 to 600 million people. Slide 20. The global or international organizations. Now the world has the global organizations and the international organizations. For example, United Nations, WTO, APEC, TPP, CPTPP, NAFTA. All those organizations express the desire for convergence of humanity. Slide 21. Knowledge base and social convergence. Today and the past has many national alliances. Here the list: EU, ASEAN, OAS, USAN, USSR, AU, SAARC. They all want to have an organization like the European Union. But why the EU has done it? In my opinion, the main reason is that Europe has a solid knowledge base that nowhere else has. Following are some evidences. Slide 22. Number of Nobel Prizes from 1901 to 2000. Data in the table shows Europe, with a population of less than 1/10 of the world's population, but accounts for over 60% of the prizes. Remember that many American scientists who received Nobel Prizes have worked long in the Europe. Slide 23. Most inventions in the world belong to Europe. Please look at the table. Slide 24. Most typical philosophers in the 20th century are from Europe. Please look at the table. Slide 25. Urban convergence. As seen on the chart, the rate of urban population increases very quickly. Slide 26. Part 4. The ideological convergence consists of 3 items: isolation, national closure and collapse; convergence, national openness and development; ideological convergence. Slide 27. Isolation and collapse. Isolation is one of the main reasons of the national collapse. For example, East Island, isolation by geography; USSR, isolation by social ideology. To separate from the outside world, especially from the West. Slide 28. Convergence, national openness and development. Japan. Japan has twice opened the country. Both times are related to the presence of Americans. First time was in 1854 during the Meiji period. The second time was after the World War II. Slide 29. China. National openness and convergence with the West. Acceptance of multi-component economic model. Slide 30. The ideological convergence. The societies with the different institutions are finding optimal policies. So it is possible to approach the ideologies that are not much different. Slide 31. Part 5. The global challenges. Heat disaster. Hypothesis. Evolution trend to decrease the body temperature, while the temperature of the Earth's face is increasing. The above may prevent the trend of progressive evolution of life. Other global challenges are pollution, terrorism, migration, and medical. Slide 32. Conclusion. The material world and human society are evolving according to the convergence trend. The convergence national openness is a fundamental element of national development. At present, mankind are facing many challenges, so convergence is not only a law but also an urgent need. Due to the development of technology, especially information technology, due to the ever-expanding commercial relationship, people around the world feel closer and closer. The need to converge is becoming stronger and stronger. Consequently, convergence is the irreversible trend of mankind. And this has brought me to the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening.